Hey guys, welcome to Contest Prep University. I'm Joe Klemczewski with Adam Atkinson, episode 2 in our Peak Week for Bikini Competitors series. We're going to talk about your body type. We finished up episode 1 talking about, this kind of that final look that the judges are looking for in the division criteria. And of course, it's always helpful to be the perfect mesomorph. I have a really great friend and competitor who was trying to win her IFBB pro card in figure, and I've talked about this before on our show. Adam and I said, you almost have that bikini look. You'd almost have to lose a little muscle, like you're almost too qualified for bikini, but it'd be easier to lose a little bit of size and then walk in and just be able to dominate bikini. And we tried that, and she won her pro card just like that, and is now placing extremely well. Not every woman has that ability to just carry in the muscle to sacrifice. And so when you look at somebody who may be too muscular for bikini, you're almost kind of leaning into wellness or figure. But what do you consider the perfect body type? And then how do you help clients on either side of that, try and get into that, as you said, perfect strike zone?
Well, when we talk about perfect body type, I'll always find that those are the people who are right in the middle. They're probably more the mesomorph than anything. And the reason why is they can get lean enough to be competitive, but they typically also have enough muscle mass. So they're kind of best of both worlds. And we don't get those clients too often, but we do get them. I actually recently had a new client come to me, and we did about a 12-week prep. And we did have to cut relatively fast, but her body responded very well. We did have to go relatively low calorie, but she held on to muscle so well, and she lost body fat very efficiently. Probably one of my easiest clients I've ever worked with. And when she won her show, I thought, my God, like I really hardly had to do anything as a coach, because she just looked so darn good. I probably couldn't have even peaked her and she would have been fine, but the peaking gave her that extra like 5% edge to just, really make her pop on stage. I'll find that the hardest people to work with are the people that are the endomorphs, and they usually just struggle to get lean enough for the division criteria in the first place. But if they do, they have mounds of muscle that they can, use as an advantage. But I find with those clients, it usually takes them a season, 2 or 3, to really find themselves competitive with reverse dieting, then getting back onto the diet. But if you're patient enough with those people, they can do very well. And then on the other end, you have your ectomorphs who are always going to get lean. They're going to have great conditioning. The challenge with them is getting enough muscle on them. So typically, sometimes I'll let those ectomorphs get a little bit leaner, because that added leanness almost gives them more illusion of size. And then also on top of that, maybe more aggressive peaking strategies just for additional fullness. You're hardly ever going to see those people give up conditioning with a lot of food.
It's interesting you say that. I'm going to bring this up in our next episode as a little bit of a case study, but how much do you think when you're looking for those people who are really trying to build the shape? So I realize endomorphs are always going to be a struggle to get lean enough for a division like this to just get that conditioning, that they really do have to work harder and potentially give up some of that size. But somebody who doesn't necessarily carry the muscle, so you've got that ectomorph who is getting lean enough, and when they finally get lean enough, which may be easier for them, but now it's like, wow, where did all my curves and size go? Do you find that, like we've talked about with men's physique, it's kind of a chest and abs game? Is bikini more of a shoulders and glutes game? Like, is that you really need to focus on that to at least give, as you said, the illusion of size?
Yeah, I think that really helps create the better frame. And I think Brett Contreras said it best the other day. You probably saw this video where and I have girls do this too, where they do 30 sets of glutes, but they're also not training their back a whole ton or their chest. They're primarily training glutes and shoulders. And that saves metabolic processes for them to recover because they're not breaking down their legs as much, or they're not breaking down their arms. Those efforts, I'll say, are kind of a waste for those people for the most part, unless they have really, really stickly arms. But, you kind of want to focus on the most important things in their division, at least initially.
Yeah, well said. I'll bring that up again a little bit later too, because I just spoke with Brett again at the Pro Physique Experience, and I really got into his mind a little bit more with training, and we have some very, very similar philosophies that are pretty counter to what's happening in the industry at large. So great stuff, guys. Stay tuned for episode 3, and we're going to continue this series in peak week for bikini competitors.